In 2025, small adventure bikes are taking over. Lighter, smarter, and built to go anywhere without breaking your back or your bank. This isn't about giant machines anymore, it's about real-world riders on real-world roads. So today, we're counting down the 14 best small adventure bikes to buy in 2025, from brand new legends to time-tested beasts. Number 14. KTM 390 Adventure R. This is not your average entry-level adventure bike. The KTM 390 Adventure R is built for riders who want to push the limits without pushing a 600-pound behemoth through the woods. At the heart of this bike is a 373 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine that delivers 44 horsepower and 27 pound-feet of torque that's more than enough to keep things thrilling, whether you're blasting through dirt roads or carving through tight twisties on asphalt. Where this bike really sets itself apart is in the suspension and geometry. It comes equipped with upgraded WP Apex suspension tuned specifically for off-road performance, offering longer travel and better control than the standard version. It also features a lightweight trellis frame and rally-style ergonomics that keep you in command on loose terrain. Tipping the scales at just 387 pounds wet, the 390 Adventure R is one of the lightest and most agile machines in the adventure category. Electronics include lean-sensitive anti-lock braking, traction control, and an off-road mode that gives you greater control when the road disappears. A color display with smartphone pairing adds a touch of modern convenience, while its tall stance and aggressive tires mean it is more than ready for some serious trail abuse. What might surprise you most is the price tag. At just $7,600, it delivers more capability than most bikes, costing twice as much. Whether you're looking to conquer gravel, sand, or forest tracks, the 390 Adventure R proves that you do not need a 1,000 cubic centimeter monster to ride hard. But if KTM's orange flash is a bit too wild for your taste, the next one offers classic charm with a modern core. Number 13. Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. After years of anticipation from adventure riders worldwide, Royal Enfield has finally delivered a serious overhaul to one of its most beloved platforms. The Royal Enfield Himalayan 450 is a fresh take on a proven global favorite. This latest generation model has finally received the upgrades riders have been asking for, including a brand new liquid-cooled engine. The 452 cubic centimeter single cylinder produces just under 40 horsepower and delivers 32 pound-feet of torque, giving it enough punch to carry gear, climb trails, and still cruise at highway speeds when needed. Despite these improvements, the Himalayan keeps its rugged simplicity. You still get that traditional steel frame, solid bash plate, and minimalist design, but now it's paired with modern tech like ride-by-wire throttle and a new trip navigation system. The suspension is also updated, offering over 8 inches of travel in the front and rear, while the 21-inch front wheel and dual-purpose tires keep it ready for backcountry exploring. Weighing in at around 420 pounds wet, the Himalayan remains approachable for smaller riders and still manageable when fully loaded with panniers and gear. Its low seat height, plush ride quality, and linear power delivery make it one of the most confidence-inspiring small adventure bikes on the market. And here's the kicker: it starts at just under $6,400. That's a serious value for a machine that's just as comfortable in the Himalayas as it is in your hometown. Reliability and ease of maintenance are strong selling points too. This is a bike built for real-world conditions, whether you're dodging potholes in a city or rolling through river crossings in the Andes. And while the Himalayan leans into tradition, the next one wears the latest tech-like body armor. Number 12. Brixton Store 500. The Brixton Store is a fresh face in the adventure bike scene, bringing European flair and practical performance to the small displacement category. Developed by the Austrian KSR Group and manufactured by Gaokin in China, the Store 500 combines rugged design with modern technology. At its core, the Store 500 features a 486 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine that delivers approximately 47 horsepower and 33 pound-feet of torque. This power plant provides ample performance for both city commuting and off-road escapades. The bike's 6-speed transmission ensures smooth gear changes, enhancing the riding experience across various terrains. Weighing in at around 430 pounds wet, the Store 500 strikes a balance between stability and maneuverability. Its suspension setup includes a 43mm inverted front fork and a rear monoshock, both offering adjustable preload to cater to different rider preferences and load conditions. The Store's adventure-ready credentials are further solidified by its 19-inch front and 17-inch rear spoked wheels. wrapped in dual-purpose tires suitable for a mix of on-road and off-road riding. The bike also boasts a 5.3-gallon fuel tank, providing an impressive range for extended journeys. In terms of technology, the store doesn't disappoint. It comes equipped with a full-color TFT display, LED lighting, and switchable ABS, offering riders both safety and convenience. The bike's design features a distinctive rally-inspired aesthetic with a high front fender and angular bodywork that sets it apart from the crowd. Priced at just under $6,000, the Brixton Store offers exceptional value for riders seeking a capable and stylish adventure bike without breaking the bank. Its combination of performance, features, and affordability makes it a compelling option in the 2025 small adventure bike market. But if the Brixton performance edge is too sharp, the next bike trades aggression for classic Honda comfort. We did the research so you don't have to. If you're into real-world bikes and no fluff breakdowns, this is your channel. Hit subscribe and let's keep it rolling. Number 11. Honda CB500X. This is the workhorse of the small adventure motorcycle world. Built for the road, steady as a rock, and smooth as your granddad's favorite bourbon. The CB500X is powered by a 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine that delivers 50 horsepower and 32 pound-feet of torque. It is the most relaxed bike at highway speed in this entire list and handles long-distance riding with absolute ease. Tipping the scales at 434 pounds wet, it is one of the heaviest in this small displacement class, but that extra weight pays off when you are eating up the interstate. It keeps the bike planted and stable at speed with none of the twitchiness you get from lighter frames. Whether you're two up with luggage or just running solo to the coast, this one can go the distance. The CB500X comes with a wide, comfortable seat, a windscreen that actually works, and Honda's legendary reliability. It is the kind of bike that might not be the flashiest in the garage, but it will start every time, ride anywhere, and never let you down. The seat height sits at a reasonable 32.7 inches, making it approachable for most riders. Fuel capacity is a generous 17.5 liters, giving you serious range before needing to fill up. This is the bike for the commuter who rides hard on weekdays and escapes on weekends. Not everyone needs knobby tires and mudslinging torque, some riders just need to get there. And with the CB500X, you will. Now let's drop a few cubic centimeters and gain a whole lot of trail-ready attitude. Number 10. Honda CRF 300L Rally. This is the undisputed off-road king of the small adventure class. The CRF 300L Rally is built to leave the pavement behind and keep going until you hit the edge of the map. Powered by a 286 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine, it cranks out 27 horsepower and 19.6 pound-feet of torque numbers that may not wow on paper, but in the dirt, they hit just right. Where this bike really shines is in its suspension. You are getting 10.2 inches of travel at both the front and rear, more than enough to soak up rocky trails, deep ruts, or even a surprise log crossing. The wheels come in a proper 21-inch front and 18-inch rear combo, just like a full-on enduro. Despite its rugged build, the CRF 300L Rally still tips the scale at only 313 pounds wet, making it one of the lightest bikes in the segment. That means it is flickable, forgiving, and confidence-inspiring, especially when the going gets rough. You also get a 12.8-liter fuel tank, which is more than enough for full-day trail adventures or backcountry exploring. And let's not forget the rally-style fairing and windscreen. This thing looks like it just came out of the Dakar Rally, and it rides like it too. Expect to pay right around $6,100 for one of these trail dominators. And honestly, that's a steal for the kind of off-road capability and daily rideability you're getting. It is not built for long-haul freeway slogs, but that is not what this bike is about. But if the CRF is a little too tall for your boots, the next bike offers trail performance in a shorter, more street-friendly package. Number 9. BMW G310 GS. This is the smallest member of the GS family, but don't let that fool you. The G310 GS is no toy. It is a fully capable adventure machine designed for riders who want GS flavor without the big boy weight. With a 313 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine, it produces 34 horsepower and 21 pound-feet of torque. That is more than enough power to cruise country highways, hit gravel roads, and explore the outskirts of civilization. At just 372 pounds wet, the G310Gs is light enough to handle easily for beginners, yet sturdy enough to carry luggage and gear for weekend rides. Its suspension delivers 7.1 inches of travel front and rear, and you get 19-inch front and 17-inch rear wheels, a compromise that works well for both pavement and light trail riding. BMW built this bike to offer versatility, and it shows. The fit and finish are excellent, and the styling mimics the legendary big box GS models, making this feel like a proper adventurer right out of the gate. You are also getting a middle-of-the-road seat height of 32.9 inches, which makes it comfortable for most riders without feeling too low or too tall. The 11-liter tank is a little on the small side, but for the kind of riding this bike is designed for, urban exploration, scenic back roads, and occasional dirt, it is perfectly serviceable. You can typically find one of these in dealerships for just under $5,900, which makes it one of the most affordable ways to get that GS badge on your tank. Now let's shift gears from Bavarian smoothness to a Japanese machine that adds a little more minimalism and a whole lot more bite. Number 8. Kawasaki Versys X 300. For riders who want a small adventure bike that can handle daily commutes, weekend tours, and a bit of gravel without breaking the bank, the Versys X 300 has become a go-to option. At the core of this machine is a reliable 2-cylinder engine displacing 296 cubic centimeters. It delivers a solid 40 horsepower and 19 pound-feet of torque, which is enough to keep pace with highway traffic while remaining light and manageable for new riders. This bike weighs in at 386 pounds with a full tank, making it one of the lighter options in its class. With a seat height of 32.1 inches, it's accessible for most riders without compromising on visibility or control. The suspension travel is limited to 5.1 inches in the front and 5.8 inches in the rear, which means it's better suited for light off-road use and rough pavement rather than hardcore trail riding. Fuel capacity sits at 4.5 gallons, giving it decent range for long stretches between gas stops. The upright ergonomics, wide handlebars, and windscreen all make it comfortable for extended highway rides, while the compact chassis keeps things nimble in urban settings. One of its biggest selling points is its bulletproof reliability and the fact that it's easy to service, making it an excellent entry into the adventure segment for new riders. Expect to spend around $6,000 for a brand new model, which positions it as a smart, budget-conscious alternative to more expensive options in the category. If you're looking for something dependable that doesn't ask too much of your wallet or your experience level, this is the bike. But if you want a bit more drama in your ride, the next contender brings all the spice. Number 7. CF Moto 450 MT. The CF Moto 450 MT is a bold new player in the small adventure market, and it's already turning heads. Built with a rugged chassis and aggressive styling, this bike brings the visual presence of larger machines like the Tenere 700, but in a more approachable and affordable package. Underneath that rally-style exterior, you'll find a powerful parallel twin engine producing 43 horsepower, 32 pound-feet of torque, and displacing 450 cubic centimeters. That's more than enough grunt for highway travel, off-road climbs, and even riding with luggage or a passenger. What really sets it apart, though, is the fully adjustable suspension, something rarely found in this class. Riders can fine-tune their ride for different terrain or weight loads, making this bike surprisingly refined for its segment. The CF Moto weighs in at approximately 400 pounds fully fueled, and it comes with a tall windscreen, spoked wheels, and a digital dash. It also features a 6-speed transmission and a slipper clutch for smoother downshifts and better control when riding aggressively off-road. This bike is built for riders who want to push the boundaries of what a small adventure motorcycle can do. It's planted and confident on loose gravel, yet smooth and stable on pavement. It also supports a broad range of aftermarket accessories, from panniers to upgraded protection gear, making it perfect for long-haul adventures or weekend escapes. Best of all, it enters the market at just a touch over $5,900, undercutting many of its rivals while offering far more premium features. From Chinese innovation to Italian passion, the next bike adds European flavor to this category. Number 6. Arilia Tur 450. Still in the rumored development stage as of early 2025, the Tur 450 has already stirred up anticipation across the adventure community. If Aprilia brings even half of the engineering and soul of the Tur 660 to this smaller model, we're looking at a serious off-road contender. Expected to feature a high-revving twin-cylinder engine displacing 457 cubic centimeters, this bike is projected to deliver over 4,800 98 horsepower and more than 30 pound-feet of torque that puts it at the top end of the small adventure category in terms of power-to-weight ratio. While official specs are still under wraps, the prototype reveals a purpose-built adventure bike with a strong rally design, long travel suspension, and spoked wheels. Likely a 21-inch front and 18-inch rear setup. Aprilia's racing DNA is likely to shine through in handling and suspension tuning. If it follows the 660's lead, we could see fully adjustable components front and rear, which would make it one of the most capable lightweight bikes for technical trail riding. The expected weight is in the 370 to 380 pound range, depending on final trim and fuel tank capacity. This is a bike designed for serious riders who want European engineering with off-road capability and on-road comfort. Early estimates place the price in the range of $7,500 to $8,000, positioning it on the premium end of the small adventure class. Meanwhile, the next motorcycle already proved itself across every terrain, and it's built like a tank. Number 5. Royal Enfield Himalayan 411 Legacy. This model from Royal Enfield is still available in many global markets and continues to earn its reputation as one of the most honest, approachable, and value-packed adventure motorcycles you can buy. This bike is not here to show off. It is here to get the job done. Designed with simplicity in mind, it features an air-cooled single-cylinder engine that produces 24 horsepower, 23 pound-feet of torque, and displaces exactly 411 cubic centimeters. That may not sound like much, but when you factor in the bike's low-end torque delivery, rugged frame, and relaxed ride characteristics, it becomes clear why this motorcycle is still a favorite for budget-conscious travelers. The Himalayan's wet weight comes in around 428 pounds, which gives it a stable and planted feel without overwhelming beginner riders. Its low seat height of 31.5 inches is one of the lowest in the adventure class, making it especially friendly for shorter or newer riders. You also get a long travel suspension setup with 7.9 inches in the front and 7.1 inches in the rear, allowing it to soak up moderate off-road terrain with ease. Fuel capacity sits at 4.9 gallons, and with the bike's efficient engine, it offers a very respectable range for long rides without breaking the bank. It also comes standard with crash bars, a rear luggage rack, and a bash plate, features that are usually optional on other adventure bikes. All of this comes wrapped in a package that usually sells for well under $5,500, making it one of the most affordable true adventure motorcycles still in production. But if old school simplicity is not your thing, the next motorcycle brings sharp looks and a modern performance edge borrowed straight from the track. Number 4. Husqvarna Nordon 401. Anticipation is building fast for a compact adventure machine that blends European design with real off-road capability. The Husqvarna Nordon 401 is expected to arrive in showrooms soon, and it is already stirring excitement among riders who want European styling with serious performance under the hood. Built on the same foundation as the KTM 390 Adventure, this Swedish-styled motorcycle wraps a proven platform in adventure touring flavor with a more premium aesthetic. At its heart is a liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine that produces 44 horsepower, 26 pound-feet of torque, and displaces 373 cubic centimeters. While exact specs for the production model are still under wraps, industry insiders suggest that the Nordon 401 will weigh in under 400 pounds wet and will feature off-road friendly suspension, ride-by-wire throttle, selectable riding modes, and cornering-sensitive traction control. Its upright riding position, spacious seat, and potential for long travel suspension will appeal to riders planning multi-day adventures or long-distance touring with light off-road sections. The expected 21-inch front and 18-inch rear wheels suggest genuine off-road intent, especially when paired with dual-purpose tires and adjustable forks. Projected pricing is expected to land just north of $7,000, positioning it as a slightly more refined, stylish alternative to the KTM it shares DNA with. If the KTM 390 is the scalpel, the Nordon is the refined toolset. It gives you just as much sharpness, but in a package that looks more suited for a global tour than a weekend rally. And speaking of capable bikes that don't scream for attention, the next one quietly handles the job with simple engineering and legendary reliability. Number 3. Suzuki Vstrom. XT250SX. This is a lightweight and no-nonsense adventure motorcycle that continues to prove you do not need a big budget or a big engine to explore the open road. With a liquid-cooled, single-cylinder engine displacing 249 cubic centimeters, this compact adventurer produces 26 horsepower and 16 pound-feet of torque. It is not the most powerful in the category, but it makes up for it with simplicity, low running costs, and everyday usability. Weighing just under 400 pounds wet, the Vstrom 250SX is nimble, beginner-friendly, and easy to manage in both city traffic and on light gravel trails. The suspension is tuned more for on-road comfort than aggressive off-road use, but with a ground clearance of over 7 inches and a relaxed, upright seating position, it can handle forest roads and weekend camping trips with ease. The standard 15.5-liter fuel tank gives it a practical range for touring, while its fuel economy means fewer stops along the way. Suzuki's reputation for durability and build quality is front and center here. The Vstrom 250SX comes with all the essentials: a windscreen, rear rack, and dual-purpose tires without inflating the price tag or overwhelming the rider with complicated electronics. That makes it a solid option for budget-conscious riders, commuters who want a bit more capability, or even seasoned riders looking for a reliable backup machine. With a starting price just under $5,000, this is one of the most affordable full-size adventure bikes you can ride off a showroom floor. And if you thought that was good value, the next motorcycle on our list offers one of the best price-to-performance ratios in the entire small adventure class. Number 2. Honda NX500. This is one of the most well-rounded small adventure bikes you can buy in the year 2025. This model replaces the older CB500X in most global markets, but retains everything that made the original such a respected platform, only now with a sleeker look and more refined electronics. At its core, the NX500 is powered by a 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine. It produces 47 horsepower and 32 pound-feet of torque, which gives it enough muscle to cruise highways with confidence while still being friendly enough for riders stepping into the adventure segment. That power is delivered smoothly through a 6-speed gearbox, giving riders a broad range of control whether they're on city roads or winding trails. One of the bike's standout qualities is its versatility. It features a comfortable upright riding position, a relaxed seat height of 32.7 inches, and a well-padded seat that's ideal for long hauls. At 434 pounds wet, it is the heaviest of the small adventure bikes on this list, but that extra weight gives it rock-solid highway stability, combined with a large 17.5-liter gas tank. This makes the NX500 one of the best small displacement bikes for long-distance touring. You'll likely see it listed at just a hair under $7,000, making it a strong value for riders who want a refined, do-it-all machine that blurs the line between lightweight adventurer and serious long hauler. Whether you're riding across town or across the country, the NX500 feels right at home. But we're not done yet. The final bike on the list is a rugged, reliable workhorse that still dominates trails across the world. Let's take a look. Number 1. Yamaha XT250. While it might not have flashy electronics or aggressive styling, what it does have is a reputation forged in decades of real-world use. And in 2025, that legacy continues strong. The XT250 is powered by a reliable 249 cubic centimeter air-cooled single-cylinder engine that delivers 19 horsepower and 14 pound-feet of torque. While these numbers may not seem impressive on paper, they make perfect sense for the bike's purpose. A lightweight, go-anywhere machine built to handle rough terrain, tight trails, and simple mechanical upkeep. This bike tips the scales at just 291 pounds wet, making it the lightest bike on the list by far. That lightweight is key to what makes it such a joy to ride off-road. With a seat height of 31.9 inches and plush long travel suspension, 8.9 inches in the front and 7.1 inches in the rear, the XT250 can easily tackle rocky fire roads, forest paths, and steep inclines without batting an eye. At around $5,400, it remains one of the best value, low-maintenance dual sport options on the market, especially for riders who value durability over digital bells and whistles. The XT250 may not win drag races, but it wins where it matters. On the trail, in remote areas, and in your garage when you realize how little it costs to keep it running. Which one would you ride first? Drop a comment below. And if you're into bikes that actually make sense, hit subscribe for more.